work this time?
Yep. All right, everybody. We're back. Dave and Matt again. The best streamers.
I mean,
forget about Rob, who actually sets up the stream and does all of the work, right? Like,
just share on all the pages too.
Yeah, I can.
That'd be best.
All right, so we've got our matchup today, or this game at least, is going to be Grim Angus versus Morghoul 2.
If you refresh it, it should just be on
All
this
right,
page.
you can keep going.
The lists are Matthew Bunting rocking out the Skorne with Morghoul 2, an Archidon, 2 Cyclops Brutes, Cyclops Shaman, a Optimus Marquette, Extoller Soul Ward, a Gatorman Husk, a Mortal Vessel, Max Handlers, 2 Venator Catapult Crews, 2 Siege Animatraxes, and a Supreme Guardian.
General
He's playing that in Winds of Death.
faction groups. That
Winds of Death gives Skorne Warby's Swift Hunter, and he gets a wall.
Yeah, a lot of times when I play, I don't use the wall because there's so many huge bases. I screw myself up with it.
That's a fair point.
So this is kind of we talked about this last night when he was on. This is a kind of a play on the Reshethless that I play. But different battle group, obviously. The Brutes are really relevant because of shield guards. I actually take Valkyries instead because 8 points for 3 because that's all I really use them for.
Yeah, but the Brutes also give him 2 sources and no knockdown.
Yep, the no knockdowns. Well, Morghoul's already steady, but it makes him not able to be stationary, and it can't be moved by a push or a slam. The Brutes also can do some work with Enrage and with Enrage and Mortality. They go up to power 16, which is relevant. I mean, also the Brutes with Mortality.
Also, they just are good dudes to sit in a zone, right? I mean, 13, 18 with set defense is an intuition, so they can make you re-roll the hit.
I mean, intuition is huge.
But my point is that you can maybe save. I don't know that he'll do this, and these guys are obviously better than me, or almost certainly. But it makes you not have to put your turtles up to hold zones. It lets you use the Brutes.
Let's use the Brutes to hold the zone. Yeah. You're right.
Or at least you have to come in with something meaningful to get the Brute, because you can't really do it without, Weapon Masters, or you're not going to get it with, like your Zealots or something, right? Like something low.
I mean, yeah, set defense and so he's 13-8.
He's 13-18 because of the shield. He's 13-16 with the shield.
Yep, and then he goes to 18.
Set defense.
And so set defense, he's 15-18.
So he's 15-18, and then he can force to make you reroll.
Yep.
And he can make himself non-ability to be knocked down or stationary or whatever.
Right, which is relevant. So
No,
I don't think it's a bad choice. I was just saying, I actually, what I end up with is an Eridus Sentinel, which is the spray bug, and because it gets me out of some jams, and a Kreia and Agonizer. I like to be able to put an Agonizer or a Kreia next to my work pieces, which are the Animatrixes. Dave tells me to not touch things like his face.
Oh,
that's not true.
That.
Dave wouldn't tell me that.
So one of the big things he's got to do, or key pieces I'm looking at, is, of course, if you can take his work parts are his caster and his turtles and Supreme Guardian.
Yeah.
And then he's got stuff doing other things that is necessary.
Sure.
Good. But he's hoping to sprint in and out with Morghoul. He wants to hold up. He wants to come in and shoot you with his stuff. And then he wants to counter hit you with the big hits.
Yeah,
is how this looks to me like it wants to play.
I mean, that's pretty fair. You do a little skirmishing with the Siege Animatrixes first, because they're good, kind of skirmish pieces.
Yeah, and Morghoul's got sprint, so he's going to want to show up, murder something, run away.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't want to do that? So, I mean, that's
his play.
I mean, that's the play, and the scenario is Anarchy, which means that there's a lot of chance to score a flag in the middle, especially Morghoul can maybe do some work and sprint back to a flag, or maybe sprint into a zone or something.
Right. So he's got the Goose Wounds, he's got the Blind, obviously, Mortality. So he wants to get up and Mortality something, and then those guns are really going to go to town.
Yeah. Right, and to help him Mortality, he has the Immortal Vessel that has telemetry and is an arc node. The Shaman has a Ghost Shotgun and Craft Talisman, which can make Mortality range 12.
Right.
And he also has Marketh. Marketh can cast mortality for him. A lot of times with direct spirits, he'll pop a soul on there so he can boost mortality if he needs to, because Marketh
Nice.
can boost off the souls.
Right, and he gets Morghoul up and running quicker.
Yep. So it looks like Bunting is going first. Looks like Mayhew's going
for
first.
sure.
Which I assume is what he wanted. This list is pretty fast, and it can get kind of in annoying places on the first turn.
And then on the flip side, you got Brandon. He's running Grim 1 with a Rune Bearer.
No, they told me he's running Kolgrima.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They got told the wrong thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's obviously no huge base
There's
there.
no huge base there, yeah.
So he's
I was
running-
all excited about seeing the Mountain King, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gone super well for
No,
him,
I don't
honestly.
think. I don't think so.
So Kolgrima with a Silver Rune Bearer, a Bomber, two Winter Trolls,
Okay.
a Valka and a Felkor, 2 Bears. Oh, it makes sense because the zones are so wide.
Yeah.
The Bears are gonna.
The Bears are going to be really relevant
They
in this
should
scenario.
be super. With the change in scenarios, this guy's gonna get even better. And
Yeah.
Bear Force 1 is super good.
And he has the Min Pig Lookouts, which I assume are kind of the same thing.
They're ambushers.
Yeah, they're ambushers as well to help.
But they also mark target for the Bomber and the Winter Trolls and stuff to come up and get their shots.
Which again, relevant.
And they also just pick off random support models because it turns out ambushing in the back
Oh yeah,
is good.
right. And if you don't deal with them, then they're aiming.
And then they're aiming.
Yeah.
And then there's 6 of them, because it's a
Yes.
min, so there's 6 of them, and so the average solo will be killed by them, right?
Right.
Because, each one of them is not going to hit likely, but among 6 shots,
Yeah, you have a good chance
you
of doing
hit 2 of them,
Yeah.
and you get through the 5 boxes.
Yep.
Right? Kind of is around the map of it.
Right. I think maybe I stepped on you talking about the list because he also has the Krillstone with the Northkin Stone.
Yeah, he's got
and,
Max Krillstone with Northkin Elder and a Max Northkin Raider. So
Yep.
a lot of the bottom stuff is what you'd expect out of
Storm of the North.
Storm of the North, which
Yep.
it obviously is.
Yep.
And then the real interesting part is his battle group.
I agree. I think it's a little. I don't think weird is probably the wrong word. I kind of would expect a Mauler instead of the Bomber, just because the Winter Trolls love Rage. They go up to POW 9.
No, Winter Trolls are spray ones.
Oh, those are the spray ones. Never mind. I'm thinking of the Ice Trolls. You're right.
Yep. Yeah, when I was playing some Kolgrima, I was playing a Mauler with the 2 Ice Trolls.
Yeah.
They're with the Ice Spears.
Yeah, because they're base 13, but they're thrown weapons or something like that.
So they would go to 16, 18 if you have the right aura.
Yeah.
It's a good 2 shots, but it's only 8s.
Right.
And these guys, this is a good mixed list, right?
Yeah.
You can see it's got a lot of different tools. The Bomber obviously has a lot of flexibility.
Right.
The Bomber also wants to be able to shoot for multiple turns.
Right.
Kolgrima helps him do that in a couple ways. One, by the Cloudwall that we all know and love. And 2, his feet,
Yeah.
right? It gives him an extra 3 inches of pushback on his stuff. Well, not here because they're all huge bases.
Right. But I mean, they still lose Pathfinder, right? Which is relevant.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think this is going to be an uphill battle for Mayhew. To be honest with you, the loss of Pathfinder is going to be a big.
Well, I think it's a feat. To at least me looking at it, it's who feats, right? Because
Sure.
Morghoul wants to blind.
Sure, and everything in Brandon's list is subject to that, right?
Right,
The
and he
Brandon-
can't shake significantly, so he's going to need to stop his feet.
Well, in the zones are so spread out, and this is one of the reasons I'm not a giant fan of Morghoul. The zones are so spread out that he's going to get one side of the board, right? And especially with the ambushers, Brandon can just kind of push pretty hard on the other side.
Yeah, and he has that flexibility.
Or I should say it this way: he can push hard on the other side without the ambushers, and he can ambush. And even if he wants to do work, he can ambush where the stuff is blind and do work that way. Or he can just I throw some pigs in there. But I actually think the pig lookouts are going to do bad things this round.
Maybe.
I mean, a lot of the backline support they're 4, right?
Yeah.
They're at 4.
They might be only 4. I don't
Well,
remember.
so if they're 4 and they ambush in the back, a lot of the Skorne support is defense 13, armor 11.
Yeah, so
you
they're-
need 7s to hit, and then
So they're going to get there.
yeah.
I think they might be higher, honestly. I think they might be 5s.
Oh.
No, they are 4s. They're 4s.
And
But they mark target for themselves, too.
Okay, and their POW is 11. Yeah, so I think some of the issue might be if he can get those 7s, he's gonna murder
Yeah,
stuff.
and it's a range 10 gun, so you can place on and get pretty deep.
Yeah.
Even maybe with some names, maybe get some back strikes.
Right.
We'll see. Maybe he gets. I think maybe the Siegeman Animatraxes get enough done.
Yeah. I mean, they do a lot of work, right?
If he gets a great blind turn and they go crazy, they get good gun
Yeah,
randomness that turn.
Yeah. Yeah. At least they're D3+1, right? Like
I don't know if bears actually kill the.
that's an interesting. So like every time. So again, when I play, I have a.
It looks like these bears are all.
The bears are
ambush.
both ambushing. Right?
No, they are not ambushing.
Oh.
Bears.
Oh, those are bears. You're right.
Bears.
Bears.
The reason you do that, ambushing is great. I'm not anti-ambushing, but the reason you ambush bears like that is because you want them to get the stone. When they ambush, they're out of the stone almost always. So you think of them as really strong, but they are not, in fact, really strong without the stone to really push them up.
Oh, that's fair.
But also now they can be shot, right? So,
Right.
Although I think they might both be. Did he remember his? He did put out his snowdrifts.
Yes.
Okay, nothing is in them yet. That's an accurate description. Brandon's like, let's talk about threat ranges. And like, so they threaten 13 in melee and 400 in range because for no reason. He was not wrong.
I mean, no. I don't think so. I'm just gonna do it this way. Sorry, I don't mean to stop. Somebody pointed out in the chat that we
We're misrepresenting Mehu
that we were misrepresenting both people.
because we are professional and good at this.
Well, mostly I
Incorrect.
haven't ever done any of this, so I'm learning on the job, right? So
I wonder if we get through enough damage on these turtles.
with the bears.
Yeah.
So like that's what I was trying to say before I got sidetracked by the completely correct correction. That's a stupid way to say that. But like before I got stopped by somebody pointing out my mistake was that I always have the agonizer, so they don't ever do it on their own. But I think without the agonizer there are 2 17s and a 19 with gang, or is that counting the stone?
Yeah, that's with the stone. They're 15, 17s with the. They're 13, 13, 14 base.
Okay.
So with gang, they're up to 15, 15, 16.
16.
And then
The stone
17, 17, 18 with stone.
is 18. So it's. I assume you take the charge with the higher POW, like 2 dice off 2s, and then that's 16, and then you have 4 dice off 3s, so you have another 16, so it's 32. And the turtle has 35 boxes, but if you whip it, it goes down to 32.
Right.
So
And you also maybe have the bear handler. So
yeah, maybe the
it's
handler gets in.
right around there.
It's right around there, yeah.
It could go either way easily then.
One thing that I have found, and I don't think that this will be a thing that happens like super early in this game, but I found that you're a lot happier in general if you just kill one of the bears, and the bears hate being shot by turtles
Yes,
because
they
they're
do.
large bases and they don't get their unyielding, and it's bad times.
Nice.
So
He also has Mehu also has a Gatorman Husk.
yes,
So
it does.
that's going to be interesting to see how he plays it if he wants to actually put it on there. Nah, the bears are off. Here's the bears.
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I thought those were bears.
The bears are off the side. What is over there? Cannot see. Oh well, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Fire eaters.
No fire eaters.
So he had. I don't know that this list is correct because he had fire eaters when he played against.
You should have the points for them.
All right. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I haven't. He was using fire eaters before, and I'm pretty sure that's what those are. They're fire eaters. So.
What a dirty, dirty cheater. Not writing down everything. I think you have the points for it. If I remember from my list, I was playing for a little while.
Right. I mean, like, I don't think that would be incorrect, but yeah. So he's advancing pretty calmly. He's trying to stay out of most of the threats, but you can't give up everything. Didn't try to set his fire eaters on fire, which I appreciate. One thing that might be relevant with the Northkin stone. Oh, Mayhew's measuring. Make sure he's not going to get him 13 of the board edge. 14? They're speed 7? The Bears are speed 7?
Yes, correct.
So they throw at 14 off the board edge?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless he hunters marks them, then it's further.
Cool. Yep. So I wonder if he'll keep them next to the Supreme to make sure they don't get hunter's mark. But that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but
also, although it's not as important in this game because of the huge bases, you can use her feet to push things closer to where the board edge you want to put the bears in.
because you can move her,
Up to get the angle.
yeah, to get the right angle, and then you can push them. Yeah.
Like I've done that to a couple of Morghouls when I was playing. I didn't flub the dice, but it was a good play. I had a stalker.
No, that's a good play.
Murdered.
Here comes the husk on the bottom.
It is to fire eaters.
Okay.
He's good.
Yeah, I was pretty sure, but I wanted to double check.
Yeah, suddenly I was concerned.
Yeah, suddenly I was like, wait a minute, we're gonna have issues.
I was surprised that he didn't I mean, you can put the bears down for the damage, but then you're giving up the zone. So it was a weird choice, right? I mean,
I get why, right?
It's an okay choice, but
well, when they
get
threat,
shot to shit by the turtles,
yeah,
right?
and that's the issue, that because they get prowl, but I mean, you have poop handler. What is
Soul Ward.
The soul ward, yeah, and so they ignore stealth and you shoot the bears. And,
Makes more and more sense.
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because
I'm I don't know what I'm this is why you do it, I guess. And Andrew's better than me by far. So,
yeah,
but I was wrong. I just can't see things.
I mean that's fair. Yeah, we I mean, just taking some shots, might as well.
Yeah, the poop handlers let him see.
Yep. So, I think another thing that the turtles have going for them is only their crappiest attacks are arced.
Mm-hmm. The thing that they really have is their cavalry with a knockdown too.
I mean, that also helps. But I mean, what I mean is when you look at the Ret battle engine that has 3D3 shots, but one of them is always you have to do some
they
angling.
can always shoot everywhere.
Yeah. The turtles always shoot everywhere. Their tail is everywhere.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, it's not like I think you're right. I mean, there's a lot of good things about the turtles, but I'm continually amazed. People are continually well, what arc is the gun in? I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. All of it, 180 degrees. He's shooting with the catapult, the Venator catapults.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss and it's gonna scatter, but it's POW 18. It's POW 16 rather. So it's got a chance to do some damage.
So it's going to miss everything forward.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
But it's worthwhile. Take the shot, right?
Right.
he must have a winter troll over there.
Yeah, looks like he just did a little damage. Jared Fisher just said Derp Turtles are so good he almost bought Skorne. I was gonna say if you could have bought them before they were good, they were great. I got both of mine when they were trash. I got one for free because a guy was getting out of Skorne and was like, "This is awful," and then I bought another one when I was getting like right after they were in the CID, and I was like, and people were already like, they're probably okay, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get a second one. PP says don't buy things because of CID, and I disregarded that, and this one time it worked out. Now the time I bought like 30 Mechanthrals did not work out
Yet. Hasn't worked out yet. There's still time.
There's still time. I'm pretty stoked about that change to putting that theme with Black Industries.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all sorts out. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be played still.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no faith in them, but I'm happy they're trying.
I mean, I wish that I don't know, for some reason that the matter of factness hurts. Which is, it shouldn't, right? Like it's fair. Just doing some damage. I don't think that turtle got in the zone, but maybe it's towing. I thought when he was measuring, it didn't look like it was in.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get in. If he didn't get in, that's a mistake.
Yeah, that's a free point, right? So
he'll score his flag and that zone.
yeah, that would be bad.
He's going to put up his feet next turn. He can't push him, but at least it stops the shooting
Stops
for a
the
turn.
shooting, stops the threat rate. I mean, stops some of the threats, because of the lost Pathfinder. You got to worry about the train finally. So one thing that you were talking about, which I hadn't thought of, is the hunter's mark on the bears.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mayhew has done a good job of putting himself by that wall so the bears can't get in on him. But I'm wondering if they can get in on him with hunter's mark, like just in front, right?
Maybe.
So,
But then they're doing 8 less damage than, or 12 less damage than when we calculated because you thought they were going to be under stone.
oh, that's true. Well, if they come in off the bottom and charge up, because they're 3 inches, 12 inches physically, so they are.
And they have Pathfinder, so.
They literally can be on the inside of the zone because the zones are 3 inches off. They set up right at the edge and then they charge 12 with.
Yep. Yep.
So my point was the stone can probably get them.
Maybe.
It depends. It depends on what he
But
wants
he's
to
gonna
do.
you put in a couple shots, you winter spray it, you maybe bomb it if you're close enough. You chip at it so the bears can get there.
I guess my point was, I like that. I hadn't thought about it, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like that play.
Yeah.
And that's and so even though that wall is a big deal, I think that maybe that turtle still might go away, go bye-bye.
Yeah.
And I think if you start losing turtles before you've pulled off significant pieces from your opponent, you're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in this list.
Yeah, they're really good, but they're still 17 points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Alex taught us that you can give a turtle away for good reasons. I mean, because that helped him do a lot of work on the follow-up turn.
Right.
But I think if what your turtle did was shoot some raiders and then it dies,
That's a problem.
that's a problem.
That is a bad trade.
I'm probably not the king. I'm like in the royal court though of bad trades. Oh, we're doing the thing where we're learning Mayhew's secret password to his iPad. I guess I should probably call it a tablet, so I'm not like product placementing.
And Coke is delicious. That's not true. I don't drink soda, but
Just use all of the soda calories for beer.
yeah. Basically, I had to stop drinking soda. Between that and like murdering my teeth with acid.
Yeah, we're just murdering beast handlers for souls. I'm a little sad that the Supreme... and this is a problem that I have. I'm a little sad that the Supreme Guardian's not within 3 of both of the turtles, but it's really difficult on these scenarios to do that and be relevant. He'd pretty much be giving up one of them. So.
Yeah. It's hard.
Gosh, the bears thread an inch out of those circle zones. That's crazy to me.
Welcome to Steamroller 2019.
where ambush is king. Am I just going to play Disciples of Agony with a bunch of Blood Runners? Oh, I guess they're FA2, so I'm going to play 2 units of Blood Runners? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know, but there's a possibility that Hambushers are actually useful now.
I'm pretty... Look, I didn't hate them before, I just thought they weren't great. Like, I actually thought that they were better than Brigands in some circumstances, basically if you don't have prey on your target.
They cost 4 points less because they don't need the UA.
Yep. Well, but without the UA, the Brigands don't have prey.
Correct.
So, like, at the same point, like, the only thing they don't get is Hog Wild, which is a big deal.
They also have a range 6 gun.
Oh, Fish is yelling at me about the Blood Runner list that he tried to get me to play. He was like, play this list. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then, like, because we went to Biloxi last week, and we spent like an hour, and I was like, I don't know. And then I fooled around with it like that night, and then the next morning I'm like, yeah, I think you're right, but I don't have a second unit of Blood Runners.
You should have buy cheap. They're gonna get better.
Yeah, that's true. Put in a special order here. Like
It's not like there aren't good secondhand deals right now on models.
Oh, that's yeah. Shh, we're at Giga-bites. Don't tell people that. But you're right.
We're gonna make the new models better, so you have to buy the new models.
Yep. Did he put his... Is that his theme wall blocking ambushers? I love that idea. The black wall in the top zone. That is an amazing idea. Good job, Mayhew. I mean, the Bears have Pathfinder, so they'll charge over that wall.
What was that?
I said the Bears have Pathfinder, so they'll charge over the wall and kill the Archidon,
but it's an idea.
I like that idea. It doesn't
Also,
really work.
killing the Archidon's a pretty big deal because it gets rid of sprint for Morghoul.
Yes. I mean...
So he's putting his annoying Husk out.
Yep.
Should be annoying.
Yep. Yeah, sprint is a huge deal for Morghoul, so...
By the way, Husk's really good. One of the good things about the changes is those 3-point... One of my thoughts about the Theme Force changes is 3-point combat souls suddenly become much more useful.
Yeah,
because they don't count against you anymore.
Yeah. Well, especially like that one who is... you get 3 for 1, right?
No, ferals you get 3 for 1.
Oh, okay.
But so those 3-point souls used to be like chew up your points so you barely don't make it.
Yep.
Right? So now you can get like 2 Croak Hunters. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but you can get 2 Croak Hunters now and not feel like he's actively hurting you.
Yep. He's doing what we were talking about. He's checking. He checked that he was out of 3, so he can't Arcane Vortex.
Yeah. If I came up with the idea, I assume that this dude can.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and it's just like that's a I played this. I know what this list does.
Right.
Kind of trick.
I hadn't thought about it, but you're right. She has a bunch of great spells, and it's one of those spells I forget she has. And honestly, I should remember because I also have to keep reminding myself that Iona has that spell.
Yes.
I mean, like, and it's one of those spells that you shouldn't forget that a caster has.
Yeah. That extenders are.
Yeah.
I definitely lost a game the other day because I was a half-inch in 2 different charges that I had. One I definitely didn't have a reason to be, and one I didn't think about because it was late in the game and I just messed up. I was tired, but just.
Yeah. So I couldn't tell, but I think that he determined he is in and can get a bear in the front and the back.
I think that would trigger gang.
Yeah, and that would be what we call a bad time for the Surrey Jamanterics. I mean, again, he may not be in the stone, right? But if he's going to put chip damage in with raiders and stuff, he's
exactly. He doesn't have oil, so there's no like fire going crazy or anything. But
sure, but they're PAL 12s on there. Yeah. So it's dice off 8, so maybe you don't get anything, but. Spray troll might. Or should get something.
Yeah, so if he might go up big on us, because if he gets the Archidon, I don't know if the Archidon is, because you've already done the math. He can get the Archidon.
Yep.
The Bears should be able to kill Archidon in the back.
So if the Bears can get the Archidon in the back,
and then
they
you
go
put
to mat
1
10,
unit
they
of
need
the
4s.
Flame Boys into the top zone. You
Yep.
put whatever into the bottom zone, and
score
then you
3?
score your flag.
It seems like that, and feet, and it seems like bad
and
times.
feet, and that's. And then, especially because you kill the Archidon, then Morghoul is less effective.
Right.
If you get the turtle, then he's down 2 more working pieces, as opposed to 3. You're under feet. You just put up a couple clouds so that
Well, I mean, he has eye of sight on a stick, but
Well,
he
yeah.
can't shoot you, so he has to charge you. And so if you just stay out of 13 of the turtle,
So she vanishes back too behind,
Yeah.
and you put a couple things in front so she can't be blinded.
sure. Yep.
Because
And,
that's
and
the,
Morghoul threats 13. That's what you have to watch out for, really. Like,
does he?
yeah, he
He's
apparitions.
7 apparition,
Yep.
half inch on his
1 inch on his sword.
half inch on the fan.
Half inch on the fan.
So he has to be within whatever that is.
Yeah. Well, so
10 and
one,
a half to blind
one
you
thing I have done
without feet.
Yeah, I have done in this matchup. It's not. I was playing Morghoul in Disciples of Agony with like pig beasts and stuff. I have done the shenanigans of like on her feet turn. I camped 6 and ran forward, and I charged some. I like eyeless sighted a gator and incorporealed it so it could charge through terrain, and I like killed a heavy and ran Morghoul on 6 camp behind the heavy, and was like, cool, can Kolgrima get 13 inches away from Morghoul, because otherwise I'll kill her next turn.
Yeah.
And like it's a ballsy move, but I was gonna lose again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm down to ballsy moves, right? So
All right, so he's measured it out. He's figured out. He's looked at if his stone can get the bears.
okay, cool.
I don't know if he decided that they could or not. I think he can.
I would be a little surprised if he couldn't get at least one. I don't think he doesn't need the bears on the stone on the Arcanon.
Not on the Arcanon. He doesn't care about that.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he hits on 4s if he's in the back arc.
Yeah, and he's 15.
And then he's PAL 15s. That's an armor 16.
And he's,
So
so 1 bite at 16, straight dice, charge 2 at 15s,
Yeah.
and then times double
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
two
So-
charges at 16,
yeah, and it has
4
20
at 13.
and it has 25 boxes. So yeah,
It
it's
should
dead.
die.
It should die. So
Maybe it doesn't. And he put the. He
he
did
put
not
the-
put the
oh,
bears
he did
in.
not put the
though.
bears there.
Not yet, at least.
maybe he's saving the second unit of bears. So
Also, there's only 4 shots coming out of the pygmies because there were 4/6 units.
oh, well, that kind of changes what I was saying. earlier.
It's the math is still decent on it,
Yeah.
but
If those fire eaters up top maybe are
interesting.
going to
I
help
wonder why
the.
they didn't. I assumed he didn't want to go all in and just assume he can never score again.
Yeah, that may be.
Just
Because this way he threatens to score whichever zone
Yeah.
is not contested well.
there's no reason to blow your load early like that.
Yep. Well, also he has the fire eaters up there to probably
And he
help
just-
finish off the. Oh, he's getting marked target on him.
Yep.
That's rude.
And then he's gonna flamer him.
Yep.
And that might actually kill him with just the flamers.
Right.
With that, he might not need the bears, so it's a better
Yeah, I like
resource
that.
allocation
Man,
for him.
It's like he's a good player or something.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew people that made semifinals and masters were good players?
Yeah. So like he's consistently doing well.
Weird.
But anyway, that's a skill that I'm bad at. I overcommit, and that's a good,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good job of. Like,
Yeah, that's like good knowledge of like knowing what he needs to do, and like because we were like, oh yeah, the bears totally kill it, and then we were like, maybe you shouldn't commit the bears since they just murder it, right? Maybe the bears are how he keeps turtles out of zones, right? Like because that seems like what's happening.
Yep. So he shot him up. He did maybe I don't know
Yeah, it looks like he did.
a 6th, a 3rd,
Yeah,
more somewhere in between those two.
yeah, looks like he did about a 3rd, but it doesn't matter. I think that. So this is a trick that Rob does that I really love. And by love, I mean I also hate it, is this trick, like the fail charge, but you get the assault shot and then you light all your fire eaters on fire.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to like spend a turn lighting them on fire, you just do it when they charge.
Yep. I've done that. Now you run the risk of killing your own fire eaters.
Sure.
I've also done that.
Sure, and I mean, I guess that's fair. I just am like, I'm always like, that's such a good idea, and it requires better placement than what you
Yeah.
expect, right?
Trolls will teach you better placement. That shit
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah, I mean like medium bases that, unless you're playing Madrak, don't have tactician and are positional based. Is
Yeah.
just sounds
and
awful.
having your support in the right place so they can
Right.
contribute late
Oh,
games.
he lit his models on fire, so there's that.
Yep. And now he tries to get the lightning,
Yep.
the lightning bird, and probably fails. Probably failed.
What's he?
Now he's going with the
Yeah,
very
now he's
front
going with
guy
the front guy.
because
That way he doesn't
he
have the
doesn't
option
kill
of
him
killing
with his
Yep.
on fire guy.
I saw 4 boosted. That's rough. I mean, so he's not gonna kill him with these guys, but he has the second unit as well. And if he kills them, oh, he got real close. and he's just got to do damage on himself, or got to roll damage on himself.
Yep. So his guys are beat up, but
Sure. I mean, so I assume he has essentially another. Maybe
yeah,
he
has
doesn't.
a second unit.
I was thinking maybe they're not, but I'm sure they're in 12. So because Archon's in the zone, I just have to do math. So that's going to score him that top zone. The bear should do. Oh, he has to get rid of the. I guess he has to get rid of the husk in the bottom zone, but whatever. He has a couple raiders down. What's he got? 5 raiders down there, so
Yeah.
that should be fine.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yep. So we're just doing the same thing.
So he didn't kill him, and he's trying to decide how much more stuff he has to put in.
Yeah. Was that a winter troll that went up in?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's why he was measuring his control range to figure out if he was still in range.
Sure.
And he's immune to himself, so it's a smart move.
Right.
But then failed and sucked.
Yeah. So Brandon's gonna try and do like 2 more damage. Dice off 4 boosted.
Yeah. It's one of those like shit just didn't go as dice averages would have said.
Yeah. Because they're PAL 12s, right? They're not PAL.
Correct.
They're not PAL 10s. Okay. So he killed one of his guys.
And he still hasn't killed him because he keeps failing his damage rolls.
Oh, did he roll damage on him and fail?
Yeah.
That's frustrating. So the bomber's got to do it now.
Yeah, so he's got drift on him. That Archidon should be dead 3 times. Not 3 times, so he should be like 5.5 dead.
Yeah.
He's on fire, so maybe he dies to that.
Yeah, but it doesn't score him the point now, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So he had 3 boosted dice off 4s?
He had 4.
So he had 1 unboosted dice off 4, and he had 3 boosted dice off 4s, and then the Winter Troll.
Which might have missed, I don't remember.
I think it missed, but then he also had the marked target pigs, which I don't think they hit.
They did. They shot him.
Oh
up
yeah,
'cause
that's right. They
the
did like
third
8
assault
damage.
to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Because they need 6. That guy's aiming needs 6s. So yeah, that's real. That seems real unlucky. But
Yeah, and he's a boosted 7s to hit him with the Winter Troll because mark target.
yep.
Unlucky.
I mean, I know that's what 4 against 12 is, we have the advantage.
Mission tactics. They can make one score like 90-something% of their shots.
That's an unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, you can't do anything. Don't get tilted about it, right? Like,
Yeah, which
I
is
mean, I
another,
would get tilted about it, but
yeah, which is another example of a good
like
play.
a skill.
Yeah.
Here's some shots on.
He's gonna Winter Troll at this guy. Try to just
Yep.
put a chip damage as discussed.
Yep. Are the Raiders? The Raiders probably aren't in charge range, right? They're only speed 6 base. So they.
You don't think
so
he
they
did any
direct-
damage to him either
No,
on
It
that?
doesn't look like he did.
That's.
Well, it's dice off 8, so I mean that's not like it's not the worst thing ever, but it's pretty bad.
I mean, getting an extra 3 damages. An extra
Yeah.
3 damage. You know?
Sure. Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
try to
think-
kill the Husk instead. You need a 9 to kill it.
Oh, with the Winter Troll,
Yeah.
it has 8 boxes in his armor 15.
Oh, it is 8 boxes. Those things are like 5.
Yeah.
You would think I would remember that one, but I never.
I
do.
would think that you knew the stats of the husk.
No, I was.
Well, it's because it's not a pig.
Sure.
If it was a whatever, Thornfall husk.
Yeah, their armor 16. I was right.
Oh,
but I thought
16.
there were 8 boxes, not 5. Turns out when you get turned into a walking fly corpse, you get a lot of the boxes.
They just like add more. They just strap more boxes to you.
Yeah, the flies. There's like
Yeah.
each
Oh.
individual fly gets 1 box.
All right.
Alright, now we see if he.
And we are straight 4, so we on
So
bid for 3 AP minus 5.
oh,
The shield drains.
game state. You know what he's debating right now, or is he just
I think he's thinking about putting Kolgrima over there, maybe spray him.
got it?
And then I don't know if he needs the hunter's mark or not. And then he's behind the house. I think he was
banished
intending
behind the
to, yeah. I think he was intending to feed, but then because it's going so badly,
I think that's he's measuring the hunter's mark and the spray, right? Because I think he needs the hunter's mark to get the bears where he wants them.
yeah.
Yep. So he's. Was that the hunter's mark? Or
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I guess it wouldn't be. I guess it could be a spray. He doesn't have to.
He's spraying now.
Yeah, all of his stuff is immune, so it doesn't really matter what else it hits. Because I was thinking he should have put the template down, then I realized it didn't matter. I hate that she has dark power. It hurts my soul. So, took some damage?
3.
Okay. Is she going naked? Nope. Well, maybe, but she's vanishing.
Yeah.
Is she, I feel like she needs defeat.
Well, she got a couple transfers on her.
Does she? I thought she was naked. That's why I was thinking that. If she's not naked, she's not.
Well, it's 2 for the hunter's mark. It's 2,
Two
for the spray.
And then she boosted the spray. So she has 2. Yeah.
And she vanished for 1.
Okay,
and
so she has 1.
The rune bear might have.
Oh yeah,
Axel.
harmonious. Yeah.
So she probably has 2.
So she's probably on 2. Okay. If she's on, honestly, if she's on 1, she's still probably okay, because the turtle random shots you can't, like, if the turtle had like 4 shots base, you'd be scared. But D3 plus 1, maybe it rolls 2, and she's still a 14-17 under the stone, 14-18
The bomber's throwing bombs at it.
at the turtle.
Yeah.
There you go. That should do some stuff.
Watch captain, watch master is going to do his bolter or starting spirit.
I'm assuming that it can, but it seems like it maybe doesn't have line of sight. But
Well, they might be playing.
oh,
the
you know
houses
what?
Don't play.
There you go.
Stop big bases.
As long as they discuss that stuff beforehand, and obviously we were setting this stuff up, so we didn't hear that conversation.
Yep.
But
Smash captain charging the multi-charge the Ethereal and
Did the bomber do nothing?
I don't. It can't have. It's dice off 4.
Well,
I mean, it can.
That thing doesn't look like it took any more damage.
Yeah, I know. That's like I'm saying the statement it can't, not as in like it
Yeah,
physically can't, but like that would be ridiculous.
I think because he buys, hits. I don't know, maybe missed choice, but he didn't like float or anything. So
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Get him, bear. There's some damage. I need that.
I just can't see it.
Yeah, I was like, I need the tablet to come over so I
Yeah.
can see how much damage is there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
They should get it.
Yeah, if the bomber did damage, then yeah. Yep, that's him. So now we need to deal with this husk with some raiders. Who is that? Is that Volka?
The person that he's moving now.
Yeah.
I think it's a raider.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the thing, yeah, he's doing well. Well, he's probably fine. the husk is so scary to infantry that's trying to clear it, just because if you do damage and you don't kill it, and it does the spray, and, or like hyper aggressives and then sprays.
Yeah, which Brandon just remembered. And
Yeah.
moved his guys to suit.
Yeah. Because then it, you know, if it hyper aggressives and you explode, and yeah, it's bad. It looks like he got him, so he's. Oh, it looks like he damaged him because you don't get a spray if he dies. Oh, maybe he just exploded. It doesn't matter. No, he sprayed. Yeah, because it's not. It's kind of annoying that he has hyper aggressive, right? Because then he just hyper aggressives towards whatever hit him.
So out of the 3 dudes he attacks, he's done 6 damage total.
Okay. So, and he has spray killed 2 of the 3. Relevant.
Yeah.
So did he miss one of the attacks, or did he just not do damage?
I think I don't remember, but it didn't get him.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So that's both zones that he realistically probably should have got, and doesn't get any, but he scores his flag.
Yeah, he should have had 3.
I mean, at least 2, right? Like,
Well, but he gets both zones, right?
well, I was gonna say like
He should have overkilled that Archidon well.
I was thinking like the Archidon, right? Like, because I mean, realistically, I think 3 was well within reason. So,
Yeah.
and,
So I guess a winter troll shot.
Matt scored 1 as well.
Both on their flags.
Yep, both on the flags. All right, this is top of 3. Yesterday we were streaming a game and they forgot who went first, like halfway through the game, and so they were like, "This is turn 3," but it was like the second player's, or it was the first player's 4th turn, and they were like, "All right, turn 3," and I'm like, "Wait, guys,
Hold on.
y'all are doing this wrong."
Things get
And I think
confusing.
maybe what they were doing was just referring to turns differently. So, all right. So what's Mayhew's plan here? Murder everything?
Yeah, kill the fire eaters.
I mean, he has to. Like,
Not getting that Archidon early.
yeah.
Like,
So
we should have got it with just the first unit of fire eaters, maybe. Maybe not. Just
maybe
the
not,
first,
but certainly with
not
the second, yeah. And then with the Winter Troll as well. Like,
Yeah, that's 23, 30 points of activations going into trying to kill that thing.
yeah, it's fine. It's 10 points.
Oh, it's just dice. I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
it is fine.
It's not like it's 10 points and it consistently does that much damage.
Yeah, I was gonna.
takes that much.
I was gonna say no one goes to BB yelling about the Archidon being overpowered,
Yeah,
but that's
exactly.
not true because the internet thinks everything is overpowered because it beat me once.
That's fair. If it, yeah, like this video will be proof that Archidons are overpowered.
Yeah, like this one time.
14-16 with 25 boxes, and he threw 30 points of activations at it and didn't kill it. Cool story. I almost failed to kill a Hyperion, and should
Did
have.
his fire go out too?
Uh,
I was busy talking about ridiculous things.
yeah, I'm going to assume so since he didn't roll for the fire damage. Now we may get the classic I forgot and do it when the Archidon activates.
Classic.
I say that kind of jokingly, but I mean that definitely happened. That happens to me. Is this Morghoul, or is this just a brute?
Someone with Thresher.
It's Morghoul then. Morghoul has flashing blades. The only other thing with Thresher is the Supreme Guardian. Unless I'm missing something.
No, it's gotta be Morghoul. He flashing bladed because
I mean that's this compound
apparently both of them are flubbing dice terribly.
because he's Mat 8, POW 13, Weapon Master, Grievous Wounds. Like he should. I mean, like they're armor 20 under the stone. So if they're in the stone, you know, it's dice off 7, and they have 8 boxes or 10 boxes or however many they have. On the plus side is Grievous Wounds. Not that Brandon is remembering that right this second.
And also now, because Archidon isn't dead, Morghoul can sprint.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. This really compounds how bad it is that the Archon didn't die, because Morghoul doesn't get a chance because Morghoul can sprint. He
Although-
can do this and then sprint. He's going to be camping 2, which is going to suck.
Yeah, although he is also failing at life with his dice.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be camping 1 because he has to unless he has already cast sprint.
He hasn't killed him yet.
That's awful.
That's awful. And now he has to sprint because.
So that's bad.
Yeah, sweet Jesus.
So he's going to give a free strike. I guess he's only mat 6 or 8 on the free strike. And he's at 8. Maybe he didn't hit. Yep, he misses. That was lucky. I mean, not you generally miss the 8, right? But
Take the free strike.
I mean, it doesn't. If you asked me if I wanted my caster on 1 Fury to take a free strike that needed an 8 to hit, I would tell you no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, he's got to get out of there if he stands
yeah,
there.
if he stands there, he dies, right? So
I mean, the chance he dies anyway is relatively high. Because I don't think he said he cast stationary. Maybe he did, or anti-stationary.
he couldn't have because he can only have 1 animus,
And he's like,
and he has to sprint at the end of his activation, so you actually can't stack them.
yeah, good point.
So I was actually going to say that. I was like, from where Kolgrima is she 15 inches away from?
Yeah,
Morghoul?
she vanishes and walks and shoots and is present.
Yeah. And if she hits that crit stationary on the first one, bye Morghoul.
I mean, even if she hits it on the second one, you just follow up with like,
Oh yeah, she has enough shooting. I was thinking she might just spray him to death.
Yeah,
If she hits her the first crit and she just stationaries him,
Yeah.
she might just kill him with the
yeah,
sprays.
and then the bomber takes care of the rest of it. If he gets stationary, he's dead.
Yeah. Well, so the only thing that the bomber has problem with is Morghoul stealth. And I don't know.
Fair enough. He has
I
a winter
don't-
troll as well.
I don't know what. My question was, I don't know what his objective is, right? Because his objective might be out of sight.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that he said that he took treasure chest, which is the rerolls.
Yeah, that's a good one, especially if you have critical things you need
Yeah.
to hit.
Well, yeah, like the because if you boost and you have dark power, your critical is something like a 7, like a not
It's
70. It's ridiculous. And then if you can just re-roll it, it gets up to like a 75% chance. And so
And then you get
because Rob
the-
used to do it to me, he used to take Puppet Master and do it. I'm like, I hate you. It's just like, oh, I'll do it on the first one.
How do you get Puppet Master? Eilish?
No,
Do you not?
do you not?
So he's playing the one
He was
back
playing
in
in
breaking.
yeah,
Okay.
back when the scenarios were less live and you could brick.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because Kolgrima's pretty good in it. I mean, she's pretty good all the time, right?
Yeah, she has a lot of tools. Cloud
Yeah.
walls have gotten less good with time. I don't know if because people are just used to dealing with them, or
I mean, there's kind of a prevalence of eyeless sight at this point now too.
there's more and more tools. So
But I mean, like her clouds are still good for -2 to hit. Like and that's what bothers me about Zadesh is not anything. Like that's actually what bothers me about Kolgrima is the spells. Like she's got.
There's no rabbit over there.
1 second, I'll be right back. It is.
this game, dice have been ridiculous. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Rob is over there, so I imagine that if the Archidon's fire didn't go out, he would have said something.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're both. I mean, people forget stuff, but, you know.
Yeah. What did I miss here on? And
Terrible rolling. They finally killed the bear with the statue.
Oh, did he shoot it? Or did he shoot it, or was he? It doesn't look like he's in
I
3.
think he whacked it with a sword.
Okay.
I don't.
It
Can
didn't
you
look
dual
like
attack?
it. No, it can't. It didn't look like it was in 3, but it doesn't. I mean, 3 inches is a little weird on this view.
Yeah.
Man, it's big that he didn't score 3 last turn. So. Yeah, so like one thing I like about him, is he crit pitching?
Yes.
It's a good call. Although if they're on fire, they can't be knocked down.
Correct.
But still collateral damage in general.
They're everyone's dice in this game have been horrible.
Yeah, it looks like it. On the plus side, it's nobody's really being favored.
Fair. Alright, the catapult's throwing into the big clump of fire eaters.
It's probably a good call.
It's a good call. I mean, just keep forcing them to make those tough checks.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Are they just banting?
Oh, they're just rolling. He's like thinking, I'm not sure.
Okay. Alright. I mean, on the plus side, the Archon's almost assuredly dead this turn, right?
Hopefully.
Because it didn't sprint. And this guy needs to repo out of. I guess that's.
I mean, I think the problem is still that Morghoul.
That Morghoul dies. Because I was just thinking to myself, wait, this guy has to sprint or has to repo out of, more than an inch away from the zone, or he's gonna, the bears are gonna happen to him too. And then I thought to myself, wait, Kolgrima's at the bottom. Oh wait, that's the problem. Is Kolgrima's at the bottom. So Morghoul's in 3 of the Guardian, who has souls. So Kolgrima's gonna have to choose.
Is he? Oh yeah.
So Kolgrima's gonna have to figure out a way to spray him. But I mean, it's a spray, right? So just pick a model. Pick a model that's outside of 3 of the Guardian that's still in the line with Morghoul.
You run up one of your own dudes as a beacon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
because I was like, you can't just target him, but I mean, and I guess the statement is, even if you decide that Morghoul is a bad target, you can just go get the other turtle and the Arcanon,
Yeah.
which seems fair.
Yeah, he's just murdering off his winter troll.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you do, right? You come in, you kill things.
Yeah.
I assume you shoot the fire eaters or shoot the, I mean, his gun is a Rat 6 PAL 14 against almost the entire army. You do so much work with it.
He's
there we
got
go.
Valka's righteously vengeanced.
Is Valka on the flag?
Yeah,
Did Valka not countercharge it? I guess he shouldn't countercharge the turtle because then he just dies.
I guess so.
I mean, he's shooting Valka?
He
Or is
might be engaged. I don't know.
Oh, if he was probably engaged then. That's a good call.
That turtle just made 8, 5, 13, probably something like 20 to 25 points of kills.
Yep. So here again we have the problem. The turtle's gone, the Archon's gone, turtle's in threat of the bears.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, again, Morghoul is really your issue.
if you can get the job done, then Morghoul might be like standing near stuff that the bomber can see, and he just blast damages them too.
Sure.
Depending, because
I mean, armor 14's not really. Yeah.
not with PAL 8s.
Yep. I mean, boosted 8's gonna do bad things.
You only get one of them because you're gonna blow up the thing that you used as a beacon.
Yeah, I think, and this is why I agreed that it was probably a good call to to keep the bears back, like we were talking about earlier, because now the bears are still threatening both zones. So
Yeah, it was good.
he can do whatever he wants to.
It was a good job of threat analysis.
Yep. I mean, in the long run, it cost him the Archidon, but that was still the right call. It's possible to do everything right and still have it come out wrong, you know. So. Oh, that's Valka. Because he just writes his Fendo.
I think that might be Valka because he's the one that just moved. So I guess
Yeah.
he killed the Fell Caller.
I guess he killed the Fell Caller, which means
makes sense because you don't need the +2 or the Pathfinder,
Sure.
so put him up first.
Yep. And then Valka plus the Bears 100% kills this turtle. Valka plus the Bears 100% kills the turtle if you need it. And Valka probably can charge to the other side of the flag and still hit the turtle and so score the flag.
He's got an inch reach, maybe.
Does Mayhew have something? He doesn't have anything on the flag, so it's still 1-1. I mean, the Supreme Guardian is, but that doesn't count. And everything else is contested,
Is
so.
it 1-1? If he didn't have anything on the flag, then how did he score his 1?
He scored his one with Morghoul on the flag last time, didn't he?
Maybe.
It might be 1-0. I thought he had Morghoul on the flag, and Morghoul came down into the zone and then sprinted back, not onto the flag. I don't know. This is an interesting game.
Alright, so I think he's going away from the try to kill Morghoul 2 plan. And I think he's just intending to try to attrition down.
What? That's probably your safer play, right?
Yeah, he kills the Archidon, he kills the other turtle.
Because if you don't kill Morghoul, Morghoul's within 13 of Kolgrima. And then that's bad. So maybe take the less risky play. Are the Bears base speed 7 or 6?
7.
Okay. So they still need Hunter's Mark then. But he's just shooting with the Dignies? Or the Lookouts, rather? For some reason, I thought the Lookouts were...
We need to, this on Facebook, it's slower compared to what they're saying.
There we go.
Because he just shot the Archidon and killed it.
Got it.
I'm like, you hit? I'm like, how did you know if he hit you? I rolled the dice shot. It's because we were
No, because I was on Facebook. You're right. I didn't think about it. I thought we were switched over. My fault.
No, it's my bad. I'm going to change it.
Are you though? All right.
Alright, they're running over there to provide the strength bubble.
Sure, for the Bears and Valka. Oh, you know what? They don't need Hunter's Mark if he uses the speed buff.
They're not going to catch the speed buff where they are, probably.
Okay.
Because it's only 8 inches, 10 inches max, and they're more than 12.
8. It's 10 inches? Isn't
There's
it?
6 dudes
It's,
in the unit. 7, I guess, with the
yeah,
with the
so it's
UA.
11. Okay. You're right. I always feel like it's so big, but it's really not.
That's what she said.
Winter Troll's gonna do some murderizing. Interesting side fact, Brandon just played this against the Protectorate list that we watched round 1.
So
Just
he was
shooting a
fishing
brute?
for the crit for the brute. He
Yeah.
hurt him, but not,
Didn't stationary him. Yeah. he's got to do something with this brute and the husk. I do like Mayhew's brutes. The animus is really good, but like also the like being able to hold his zone is real good too as well.
Yeah, brutes are really, really good.
There's a guy on the Skorne Facebook page who does not like brutes at all, and I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, they're so good.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they're not broken good, but they're good.
No, yeah. I mean, I guess. Excuse me. I guess in a faction of turtles and Supreme Guardians, they're under the curve or something. But I actually really like them, and they're one of the few lights that we have that has multiple attacks. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, sure, it's only PAL.
But he's a great like zone holder. He's just so good defensively.
Like he can do enough work offensively to not be a burden, and then he's great defensively.
But if he's just 8 points, a dude standing in like
Yeah.
a zone, and there's so many scoreable elements.
Yeah.
Well, like he can be the first dude that's just like up in your grill if you need to get like buy space, and he's just like I'm a 13-18 no knockdown guy. Like
Yeah, and like in games like this where you don't necessarily need the shield guard, they're just hanging out in zones. When you need shield guards, they're taking PAL 20 shots for your turtles.
yeah, they trade up well.
Like we were watching Matt play JB Kador last night, and I was like, oh, so the victors just never land a PAL 20 shot except on a brute until the brute's dead. And brutes have 22 boxes and armor 18, so they don't die to the first shot. They probably don't die to the second shot. And he did this more. He was like holding zones and stuff with them more than just. He was just like, whatever, I'll take the shots. Because if a victor's punching me, I'm dead anyway. So.
It's interesting. I mean, he keeps like saying the thing that he needs to remember most when he's activating. He's like, okay, I'm about to activate Grandma. What's like? He's like, stay out of 11.
Right.
And he's just like consistent about it.
Yeah.
It's an interesting habit.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably helpful, right?
Yeah, right. We were talking about this yesterday, and what's your lose condition?
Yeah.
Don't fulfill it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, and that's, like I said, like we were talking about during the Harbinger game earlier, like Eric was real good about, like, and he didn't necessarily say it, but he was like, what's my lose condition? Oh, getting Harbinger killed. Don't do that. Hide her.
Yeah, and I
Looks like Rion is up in Akira's game. Akira can't roll for anything on this game.
his last game was poor as well.
So, is he Hunter's marking with the
Yes.
the solo, or is that Grandma?
Grandma.
I think that's Grandma. Yeah.
He did one less.
Oh, okay. He harmonious.
I don't think he wanted to get Rune Barrel that far. I don't know if he could have. He might have been in 15, but
Right. It's tough to say. And she's camping probably 2 again, maybe 3. And vanish outside of 13. Hopefully. He measured and then pushed him back up, so I hope he was way out more than a little outside of 13.
presumably.
Again, presumably he's a better player than us, since he's playing in Masters and we're not. I'd like to say I didn't get a chance, but I probably wouldn't have qualified.
He might have.
I might have. Snuck in with that 3-2. The strength of my battle engines.
So he's blowing up a brute with his
bomber. Yep. That bomber's just kind of poking its head out from behind the building.
Is he going for the run by there?
Wow. That was a lot of damage. So, does he have his whole unit of raiders in that zone?
Yes.
So he's got one there, and I think that's it. That's it so far. Theoretically, he can Valka and Bears. He's like, I don't really feel like getting Morghoul anymore.
It's fair. He's going to need that unit.
Yeah, he will.
Although the statue can get him.
Yes. I mean,
And this is where scoring it. Well, I think if that's Morghoul in front of the
this is pretty-
statue,
yeah.
then
If that's Morghoul in front of the statue,
then he scored the point.
yeah.
So it's 2-1.
Wait.
You know,
No, because the flag isn't. He's not based with the flag.
hard to say. The bear missed.
Oh. Missed on the charge. Well, we're gonna have Valka's gonna be required then to do stuff. Or some spikes. That's rough.
You still be able to do rapid fire range.
So,
There's 4 left.
okay. Oh, he's got fire eater. 2 fire eaters?
It's fire eaters. The
Yeah.
last 2 fire eaters are in.
Yeah. Maybe. Dice have been real unfortunate.
On both sides.
Yeah.
This has been
Well,
fair.
yeah. I was trying to say that like generically, like the dice have been real unfortunate just the whole game. Like,
Fire eater beat the turtle to death with a torch.
right.
Like, you smell what the rock is cooking? It's turtle. Turtle soup.
He's cooking turtle. The Rock is cooking turtle.
I like a nice seared turtle. Oh, nice seared toasted turtle.
Oh man. Alright. So he scores 2? 3, because Valka. Because he has a full unit in the circle zone. Are you saying he only scored 1?
He's saying, he just said he's had 4.
Yeah.
And then I think Mayu just said he hadn't scored any.
Oh.
But that doesn't seem right. I thought he had 1.
I thought he had the 1 for sure, but I might be wrong. Yeah. All right, yeah. Rob just informed us that I was wrong, and Mayhew did not have anything on the flag at the end of the second turn. So it is 4-0.
What's really relevant here is that he has the Pathfinder objective. So you can give Pathfinder the spirit blade.
Oh, after the feat?
Because he doesn't have it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Rob says that Mayhew chose the Pathfinder objective, which Kolgrima has feated, and has taken Pathfinder away from him, but he can still gain it.
Interesting.
I mean, also relevant, Morghoul 2 has an incorporeal spell, so he can make a model incorporeal, and then also still has Pathfinder. I don't know. I guess I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, the Guardian can get up to those bears and Thresher, and then probably get murdered by the like Valka and the guns.
Maybe, I don't know. You know much better about the survivability of Guardians. I feel like they're very survivable, but
So it's armor 19 with 33 boxes. Valka's a PAL 14 weapon
Falcon's
master.
gonna die. Well, maybe not. Maybe by the place you have to land in.
I think if you're trying to get bears, you don't also get Valka. I think
Unless
you can get.
clear, if you can clear out the 2 fire eaters, maybe. But
If you can clear the fire eaters first with something, then yeah, you can land him in a place where Valka dies, and then I'm feeling pretty good about the Supreme Guardian because I was thinking if you pop the aura with the stone and like Valka charges and like the stone charges and you have shots into him, he probably dies. There's probably enough attacks to kill him.
yeah.
Enough like
If
dice
Valka
off.
doesn't die on the return swing. On the defensive strike.
Yeah. Oh, he just
He
picked
shot
up a
him with
bear with the
the
cannon.
catapult.
Yep. You know what's going to be real bad is if he can get the Supreme into the stone. Just Thresher the.
Yeah, but if he loses, if he doesn't kill the bears,
Oh yeah.
well, I mean, you can kill the handler and they go down Signet Link because of his gang.
Yeah. What's he upkeeping? Do you know, or is he casting a? In honesty, he has to kill Kolgrima, right? Because it's 4-0. I mean, he could just contest everything.
But I think he's like doesn't think he can.
I think it would be. I think he can contest everything this turn. I think the problem is he won't be able to contest everything through Brandon's next turn.
Yeah, but I don't think he can contest. I don't think he can kill Kolgrima.
Yeah, I don't think
there's anything
I don't-
there.
yeah, I don't think he can. Like I said, Brandon measured and then pushed him up a little bit. But if he measured enough where he was way out of 13 of,
Yeah.
then there's nothing that you can do, right? So just farm CPs, I guess, and
Yeah, I'll help you. What, what'd you say?
so I've watched. This is the third game of Mayhew's that I've watched. That's the first time I've seen a catapult hit.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're like Rat 5 inaccurate. So,
Oh, fair
I mean,
enough.
they aim to a 3.
Strong 3.
Yeah. I mean, like with Morghoul, if you blind and or mortality, you might actually be able to hit something relevant.
That's true.
But I mean-
Blind. 3 hits 5s.
Yeah. I mean, blind's only -4.
Just strap a dead saint on it. It can hit whatever it wants.
Yeah. So here he goes. He's gonna do some threshy. Yeah, he couldn't have got into the stone, but that would have been a fun. That would have been a fun thresher.
Yeah, but stopping the score.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna have to find a way to kill at least one of
Although
those
I don't know if
bears.
he's doing 4 on the back flag. So
I feel like he has a solo he could put on the flag and score. Or no, that's a troll, right? They're
Yeah.
winning a troll within 4, so he's not gonna score that.
although presumably Morghoul will murder that guy.
Fair.
Although then he cannot go back to the flag.
Then he can't sprint. Yeah. A relevant fun fact: Morghoul has the spell Flesh Hooks, where if you're damaged, you can't charge next turn. Also works on warrior models, which I didn't ever think about until he just did it to Yuri the Axe like 2 turns in a row. Yuri's like, I'm uncomfortable with this. Like Marquette kept doing it. Like he would like boost hit, boost damage, and not kill Yuri. And Yuri's like, cool. And Marquette's like, but I'm 10 inches away. So he's like, crap.
I like flesh hooks. I bet you didn't know that. Actually, you're the flesh hook back in my original name. It's my bedroom name. You're the flesh hook.
Oh my. Oh. Yeah. Oh, so Valka. Or that was the last fire eater, rather.
Yep.
So what do you do different if you're Mayhew
Immortality
playing?
Severus also with
Oh,
Morghoul.
okay. What do you do different with Mayhew then if we're thinking that there's not really much that he can do in this situation?
I think he's doing what he's supposed to. He's trying to stop. He's killing the bears, which he needs to keep his attrition limited. He's
Right.
trying to at least. I mean, so he has two issues. One is if Morghoul shows up to do work, and he's not within 3 inches of the Guardian, he suddenly becomes super duper vulnerable.
Right. I mean, I guess he could cast the Bruce Animus
Right.
to at least not be stationary.
Yeah, so he's in less trouble then, for sure.
I mean, he's still, of course, you can still roll damage, right? Like, signs of importance dice are still a thing.
So it would be 4 the shovel would be 3 so we'll take the mass as they
and Morghoul's gonna charge that guy.
Yep. Scary place to be. But, I mean, what else can you do, right?
He pops his feet over, one's blind.
Oh, there you go. Safe Morghoul. Sure, why not?
Maybe. Does blind auto hit or just defense 5? Can you still crit miss?
No, blind is -4, defense -4,
I always think it's
paralysis.
yeah, which is super
Yeah.
duper amazing blind.
Blind is -4, defense -4, mat, can't make range attacks.
It's the old Gorman thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep thinking we drop shoot at 5 because I think it's like stationary or paralysis, and it's just not. I'm just wrong.
Yeah. Matthew, he has 2 brutes, actually. I'm pretty sure that the up at the top is a brute, but I
I
might
think
be
the
wrong.
brute is right in front of the house. I think
Oh,
it-
maybe I'm wrong.
I think it showed up to chop down the.
Like I thought the thing up top killing a troll was a brute.
No, I don't know what those are.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I guess it does if he has the brute animus. But I mean, basically, he's like we're talking about him playing to not lose this turn.
You flush hook the guy in the back.
Nice. The blind guy in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying to score. Yeah, he's trying to kill him so he could score. Good call. That's probably the soul word, so he might score 1.
Yep.
That'd have been. That's man. That's rough for.
It's 4-0.
It's 4-1.
4-1 and now.
Yeah, I assume. Or is it? Because Brandon didn't score anything, right? So
Correct.
4-1. We did it. So he has to. Brandon has to score 2
Yep.
and stop the flag from being scored.
He's just got roughly 2 choices, right? He can either try to kill the statue. I don't know if he has enough stuff to do that now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or he's asking about transfer targets.
I mean, theoretically,
I wonder if there's a shaman down there. Or
yeah. I wonder if it's the shaman or something.
I don't remember him saying that he cast Safeguard, but he maybe did.
I don't know. I'm not sure how much I love the assassination this turn on Morghoul, but I mean, Mayhew's doing pretty good at.
He can be stationary. He did not cast Safeguard.
Yep.
He has 1 fury and he can be stationary.
I'm not sure how much I love it, but it's probably fine.
I think it's probably fine.
I guess I just don't know, like, because earlier, like the earlier one where he had attacks, like had more attacks on it, like to finish him. Because I guess I'm just trying to. he's got a raider down there.
He's doing the math. Well, it's all blind.
Yeah. But Mayhew did a good job of coming back that last turn.
He's doing the math. He's like, if I back up with my bomber and take the free strike, will that, will shut me down? Will stop me
Sure.
from shooting?
Bomber
He's doing that.
has regen.
It does have regeneration. No, it only has snack.
Oh, I thought Dire Trolls all had regen, but maybe I'm thinking of Warpwolves.
Warpwolves all have. I think they do.
I forget.
Bummer. They have regen and snacking, which makes sense. They're trolls.
Right, yeah. I was going to be kind of surprised if they didn't. Because what I was thinking was his spirit's probably not out. His spirit isn't. There's no damage in his spirit. He probably doesn't knock it out with the brute or shaman, whichever is down there. And then you can regen if something else goes out. And so you spend one to shake blind, one to shake blind, one to regen if you have to. But if Morghoul's stationary, you just roll 2 attacks. What you got, buddy? You were making a face as you listened to them.
He's activating the bomber first.
Interesting.
I don't know if you remember that Morghoul is stealth.
Yeah, he said it.
He just remembered.
Oh, he remembered as soon as after he activated it. Got it. Yep. Well, it's a decent scatter, I guess.
He's hoping for the 1 or 2 scatters because they have him still.
Oh, you hate to see that. So he's pretty much going to have to do it with Kolgrima.
So he's scoring 1 on the zone because Morghoul doesn't contest.
Right.
Okay, so now he tries to kill the 2 guys on the flags with sprays and gets there.
No, because he has to score 1 more point.
Yeah, he's doing the math now, but I think I don't know if the statue's within 4 of here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Does he have a solar over there to score it?
Kolgrima.
Are you...
If you work for speed on the stone.
I know we're quiet as we sit here and are trying to figure out what in the world is happening, like what his play is. Because I don't think he can get to that flag with Kolgrima.
That's what he's talking about.
I mean, he could take a... I don't like this plan at all. This involves a defensive strike from the Supreme Guardian. I mean, it is what it is, but that doesn't mean I like it.
But then what does he run to score it?
Well, I'm not sure he can clear them without Kolgrima, and so otherwise he'd have to...
He's going to try to kill these guys and kill this, I think.
Okay. I assume they did the damage and are...
block line of sight.
I thought what he was going to do.
I don't know what he's doing now.
Oh, maybe he is just blocking line of sight. That's a trick I forget about a lot. I don't know that he hit with that 3. Oh, he did. Oh yeah, because he's only
16 damage with 2 Dragon Keelstones.
gross. Krillstone bears are legit, man. Like they're
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I wondered if he was going to try and use Kolgrima to finish it by targeting something outside of 3 with a
I don't know how
spray.
many souls he has.
Looks like 1. Thanks, Tamaj. We actually had them set him up themselves, so the flag. He's saying that he thinks the flags and objectives are swapped, and I was like, and I believe that he's probably right, but we had them set it up themselves. So
I don't know.
I'd have to look at our sheet again.
I don't have the new scenarios memorized.
Yeah, we have a sheet, but it wandered off with the judge.
The aggressor here, insect, right? Really shoot the ghost. The arrested squirrel, he's going to shoot at the backfire.
Was that the defensive strike?
Yeah, he was a free strike into a defensive strike from the bear.
Got it.
Armor 20, so dice off 3, or off 2. Why is he 19?
Wait. Dice off.
I'm confused by all the math they just said. Oh, mortality. Or,
So the bear's 19, so it's dice off 1.
yeah, because it's 17, 19 from any unyielding, 21 from the stone. Should be down to 19. Dice off 1.
Dice off 1, yeah.
That's what he said.
Okay. That math was just faster than we did it.
Yeah. So what you got when you get the scrubs commentating?
Yeah, we're like, I don't know. Maybe he's just gonna assassinate him. Maybe he's gonna throw somebody at him. I don't know.
He's doing things and stuff. I think what he's going to try to do is kill the Supreme Guardian with 3 sprays and vanish onto the flag.
Well, so that was just like spray. Do you arcane vortex? Then spray boost damage. Spray boost damage. Pop on the flag. That's ballsy. And then if he contests, he still has to contest this flag to score out, because that'd then be 6-2.
No, he's still figuring things out. Who knows?
Yeah, Tomasz is asking if he can clear the top zone. I kind of thought that's what he was going to do as well, was clear the top zone.
He has a full health light over on that side, so maybe.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He has the Cyclops Shaman up there.
The shaman, yeah.
Or maybe the brute, but he has one of them.
Yeah. And he's got the lookouts that can shoot, but it's engaged. I kind of thought that he might have tried it with the bear, to be honest with you, like the bear and the handler.
He's changed his mind.
Oh, they're just talking about tactics. Rob's coming over and just interrupting our groove.
Yeah, bro. I've been sitting at the table. It's a pretty game.
What's it? Is it a brute or a shaman at the top zone?
It's a brute.
Okay.
He's making some decisions I wouldn't, but that's how the game works.
I mean, Rob, you say that, but
I'm not a good player.
I was gonna say we've trash talked ourselves a lot, but would you be?
Probably not. I would have screwed up.
Would you have put the bears into the top zone on the first, like to make sure that Arcanon was dead?
Probably not.
I don't know what he's doing.
Things. I mean,
Maybe, but at the same time, I'm really worried about the Derp Turtle just killing it, so it's better to bring him in 2 turns later, like a turn later. Also blind.
He kept his fury and just ran over.
interesting.
I don't.
Interesting.
I don't understand.
And 19.
Interesting. I don't. That was a.
19.
I'd be interested to know why.
Yes, I'm confused by this play as well. But maybe just be more patient about it.
Right. I'm just not entirely sure that Mayhew doesn't start swinging.
I mean, his statue's pretty beat up. He doesn't have a good way to. Does the stone quad guy? No, the poop holder can't heal.
The Extoller Soulward can't heal. And I'm not sure that
he's up and he's just playing for turns.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but I was concerned that Mayhew might catch up.
We're doing a wait for this there.
After this, they're gonna do some raffles. So we'll do that. Probably head out. It'd be nice to wait for the ceremony, but I think because after rounds,
They got one more round to go.
it's like 5 o'clock already.
I prefer to.
Yeah. So
It's a good game. It's very,
Mayhew lost something.
Their dice both were terrible turn 2, and now Brandon is, I think, making the choice to just wait out the turns because he's up 3. So he's got 2 turns left, and he's just like, I don't think that you'll be able to clear all of my stuff and score enough. I'm not sure that's right. But he's got a really beat up stone guy because the Creel Stone guy is just like bad shit on him.
yeah, the Krillstone guys just did like 25 damage to the Supreme Guardian.
That's better than they should have.
Yeah.
Eh.
Should have done like 18.
And they tried to get the bear to kill him, but he died to the defensive strike. And then I'm surprised they didn't try to go with Kolgrima and hit him with 3 sprays and kill it. Because he's 25, he only has whatever 8 left.
Yeah.
He has a single soul to eat as well. And then you banish him to the flag and score 2 that he needed to win because it was 4-1. And he scored the bottom zone again, so that's 5-1.
It's if he scored. You mean the bottom flag?
No, it's Brandon scored.
Brandon scored this, so
Yeah.
it's 5-2
It's 5-2.
because Matt.
That's why he couldn't get all quite done.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good job of being patient. He's obviously a much more patient player than I am typically. I would have tried this assassination 3 times already.
I mean, he had a decent assassination turn 3.
Yeah, he's tearing down at least 3 assassinations I would have taken, and that's why I don't make these things, because I'm like, I could probably get this 65-70% to go. That is incorrect.
All right.
Also, I enjoy the aspect of the game that is assassination.
Sure. Morghoul's going to try and make sure this doesn't get scored anymore.
Alright, I wonder what the clocks are like.
I'll check them out. I can't. Looks like Mayhew has 16 and Brandon has 8. I mean, there's change involved, but
Yeah. And Mayhew's up, so he's got whatever, another 5-6 minute turn maybe.
yeah. He's doing a good job, like coming back from kind of some bad turtle.
Yeah, but it was a bad turtle play, and
I mean,
the
I don't.
problem is he should have lost in this scenario if he doesn't
Yeah.
get, like,
Right,
super
yeah.
duper lucky.
Because on turn 2, Brandon goes up 3 points, and then
And he's already still up,
Yeah.
even with that failure.
Yeah.
At 3.
so.
We'll see.
Yep. So my assumption is Morghoul's going to try and kill these. I don't know that he actually can get both of them.
we're gonna send the plasma.
Oh, we missed a lookout. Pew pew.
Send those at the commanders.
Oh, he got a good scatter right on 3 of them.
Oh man.
Freeze, reroll, and everything. And we're on 2. Yeah, because you're in HQ, so just look at this.
That sucks.
And I don't think he rolled any toughs. Oh, it looks like he rolled 1.
You hit a tough job. 1 out of 3. Statistically average.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
He's out of control though, so he's got to raw dog it.
Oh, with the brute? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very far out of control.
But he fails. The brute failed. But he is standing in zones.
Sure. Which again?
Is that? I don't. I only have my battery pack. Sorry, buddy.
So.
Got the stone.
I mean, he's going to kill some stone guys, but in honesty, there's enough stone guys to probably finish Rock Monster off next turn.
He's using his own wall against him.
I mean, he's been doing it for most of the game, right?
Well, but he's not been trying to shoot the guy. He's just been standing.
Oh, that's fair.
Mr. Snowman. He toughed on his handler, who's still left in the zone.
Rude.
We're giving out awards. Yay, I won Best Minions.
You won? Yeah, you sure did.
Yes, you did.
The coveted John Galvin Award, the best minions. All right, so we have one guy in his zone, just the lookout.
Yeah, how did he kill that other guy?
I blinked. I think that he shot him with.
Oh, he's knocked down and hit him with
Yeah.
like the other catapult or something.
Yeah.
Like the other catapult's dead. Something.
Yeah, the shaman maybe. I don't know.
Morghoul's gonna go in and try to flash and blade things and flash hook that other guy and score that zone for 2.
Yes, I. Yep. Boop boop. And he's got one more guy in the back there. Mm-hmm. Which. Oh, he's just wandering around the acid pit.
So
Oh, this is
the shaman's trying to walk over and murder that guy.
Yeah. And shamans have 2-inch reach, which is relevant.
He's good. Yep.
Shamans are randomly only power 11, and
they're
mat
12s.
5. Their guns power 12,
Oh.
but they're melee. They're rat 5, power 11 on the spear, which has bitten me in the butt a couple times. Like, I'm gonna stab this infantry person. I rolled a 4 and didn't break armor. That's fun. JB, I'd have to check. I'm pretty sure that this is turn 4. No, turn 5. Pretty sure this is turn 5.
Yeah, they said they had 2 more turns left.
Yeah. And Mayhew went first, so this is the top of 5.
I think it's the top of 6. If he said they had 2 turns
They have 2
left.
turns? Okay, I missed
That's
one
because
then.
he said that at the end of his turn.
Okay,
So this is probably top 6.
top 6, cool. Alright. So Mayhew's
So
done
he's 5-4
and
now.
scores 2. Did, out of curiosity, this is bottom 6. Do you think Kolgrima just ran so she would assassinate Morghoul this turn?
I think she...
Do you think that might be why she ran
He has
last
out
turn?
of sight on his objective was his choice.
So,
So now he tries it.
Right, eyeless sight to the bomber.
I would blow up his transfer target personally. He only has one transfer target because the brute's way out of.
Oh, so he just has the shaman.
Yeah. Maybe
He's
you
got
charge, you
3
charge-
transfers.
Yeah, you charge the shaman, you spray both of them, so you double down on all the damage.
Oh,
and
I
crit
like
them.
that. I like that. I mean, you're corroded, but oh no. Oh no, that's not
his-
that's
yeah.
his temp. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a snow template.
Yeah. Oh no. I was like, oh no, she might be corroded.
I don't remember if Kolgrima has Pathfinder to get through the water.
I think that she does, but I would have to double check, which you are already doing for me.
She does. Like most of the North Kingdom, she does.
Yep. I like your charge and spray. Tech. I like that.
Rune Bear makes him go better.
Yep. That's what it looks like. That's what he's looking at right now. Where he has to end up. It's gonna be real nice with the. It's gonna be real nice.
It's a 10-inch spray. I mean, you can just walk into
Yeah, it looks like he might be able to vanish and walk or something. The bomber's gonna be able to aim at Morghoul. It doesn't have. I mean, it doesn't have to aim if he does the crit, but
Yes. So he, yeah. So he uses free vanishes. He's got 7. So he's got 2.
he has 3 sprays with 1 boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or 2 sprays fully boosted.
Yep. I assume he's gonna boost the first to hit, try and get the crit.
That's what I was doing because it changes.
It changes what you do.
Yeah,
Because
that's
either you miss and you boost damage, or you hit and then you just do 2 more unboosted.
You run the stone over. Just to,
Yeah, to give you the damage.
Yeah.
So it's 14s.
yep. You keep one of the guys in charge.
One of the guys what?
He leaves one of his dudes in to be the self-sack guy, so the stone gets chopped, but the other guy just like dies for
Oh,
him.
I see what you're saying.
And then you get the Winter Witch, you get the Winter Aura, so you're 14s, which is what he's doing.
Yep.
And then you're 14s.
Yep. So then you're even dice on Morghoul, which means you're gonna blow up his transfer target extra hard.
And you are doing simultaneous damage, so you're gonna blow him up twice as fast.
Yeah. And the shaman's only armor 15. So 13, 15.
Dice off 1.
Yep.
Besides important sprays.
So dice off 1 and then also straight dice because you're doing straight dice to Morghoul.
Assuming you hit both, all of it.
I mean,
But a 9, and that boosted 9 is pretty decent.
yeah.
So he's blind of sight blocking now. He's working out how to.
Oh, how to get the stone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're there. We're just not doing all the math. Like you have the plan.
Yeah.
But he's just doing all the math right now.
He's being careful to not accidentally die to defensive strikes.
Sure.
I might be misplaying self-sack.
Self-sack.
Yeah, it might not work that way. I never quite got self-sack right, so. So that's what he did. He's blocked line of sight. And then the stone walks over to there.
Yep.
And he chops the guy up, but that's
Yep.
fine because there's still enough dudes in the unit to keep the aura at the 5 inches in each or whatever
Yep.
it is.
And then we're just rolling some dice. And if Brandon's dice are
And
any
here we go.
and if Brandon's dice have been any indication in the past, may who wins on
Yeah, just spend
assassination
one to heal
later.
the bomber spirit.
Rude. It is what it is, right? Like it.
You have to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So he has free vanish and 3 sprays. So, or probably just free
So
vanish.
he's not gonna heal the bomber
the
yet.
spirit. Oh, he's gonna see if he crit stationary. Same, I got it.
That's the game.
Did he?
He crit him.
He crit him. On did
Well,
he?
to the one
Did he not boost?
He did. He boosted the attack.
He boosted the attack. Okay.
And now he's rolling on the brute or
The shaman.
yeah.
Looks like he crit the shaman, but maybe I'm wrong.
So he's now taking 15 to the.
Okay, so the shaman has 22 boxes, so the shaman has 7 left. So basically, Morghoul's dead
You got it.
because it's not ones.
Do the aggressor first on the
Yeah. Yep.
I'm checking the wall for any auxiliary.
And all right. Last Fury. So I guess he's just thinking he's gonna kill it with the bomber shot, the one bomber shot.
2. Well, yeah, 1.
Well, he can't because he can't reload without spirit, right? So
Yeah, it's because the spray is better
then the bomber shot.
because he gets both transfer target and
Oh, you're right. That's a good call. I wouldn't have thought about that.
just need to assassinate more people. You think about these things.
Right? Yeah, there goes the shaman, and I don't know how many Morghoul's on, but it's probably not a dice +2 away.
Keep them on the sprays.
Yep. There you go. All right, guys. Pretty interesting. So it's going to be Brandon, I think, versus Rhett next round, but I don't know. I don't actually know how that game turned out. So we'll find out. But we'll see you then.
Bye, Internet.
Bye. Say goodbye to Dave because he's not coming back. He's going home.
I'm going back to North Carolina.
North Kakalaki. Bye.